If your audience doesn't care about your subject in Act 1 of your documentary, they're not going to stick around for Acts 2 or 3. They're just going to click away. One of the main reasons I see for this happening all the time is editors just choosing to share statements or facts instead of giving a reason for the audience to care. I saw this in a recent group mentoring session, and the subject was coming across as really selfish. But 3 minutes later, using one simple trick which I'm about to share with you, all of a sudden, this man's journey became relatable. And it's the difference between creating an edit that feels like news versus actual storytelling. Let's dive in. By the way, my name is Shiny. I'm an Emmy-nominated documentary and commercial editor that spent the last 15 years working for clients like Vice, BBC, Ogilvy, and more. And my goal is to help you overcome randomly editing from the gut and consistently craft engaging edits using high-level storytelling and industry-standard workflows that premium clients will pay £300 to £500 per day for. By the way, if you want help with your storytelling, head to unsplice.com/help and you can jump on a call with me and we can talk about exactly where it is that you're struggling and how you can move into the next phase of your editing journey. So on the mentoring call, one of the students was cutting a documentary about a guy named Mike. And Mike's trying to get back his family's farmland. Now, in the first cut, Mike sounded really, really selfish. He was talking about the property, he was talking about the land, what he wants, which is, I want to get this land back. And so you're thinking, as a viewer, okay, the guy wants the land, but why should I care? That's the trap that I see so many editors fall into, is you're listing these statements as if they're milestones across your edit. They're goals that the subject wants to achieve, and you're just pursuing that goal through the edit. Now, that is not a story. That is a list of events happening, and every character goes on two journeys. There's the external journey, the actual thing we're watching them do, and then there's the internal emotional journey, and that's the reason for everything. So when you only show the external journey, that's the actual actions that are happening, then your subject can feel kind of stale, one-dimensional, surface level, selfish even. But when you reveal the internal journey, that's when audiences lean in. This is known as the hero's two journeys, the external journey and the internal emotional journey. So how do you find the emotional journey that your character is going on? And how do you communicate that so that the audience actually wants to watch and they're invested in the story? So on the group mentoring call, we went through an exercise. I said, okay, right, Mike wants his family's land back. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask why 5 times. Why does he want the land back? Well, because it's been in his family for generations. Okay, why does that matter? Because he wants to pass it on to his children. Okay, but why? Because he wants to give them the same connection to the land that he had growing up there. Okay, why? Because he spent his entire childhood there growing up with his grandma. Okay, why does that matter? Well, because she's pretty old and she's going to die soon, and I want to see her happy before she dies and secure in the knowledge that her land has been secured before she dies. There we go. 5th why. There we get to the emotional core reason of why he's doing all of this. Because Mike wants to get the land back because he wants to give his grandma who raised him the comfort of knowing that it has been secured for future generations. The first statement makes it sound like Mike's after property, and the last statement makes him universally relatable. Everyone understands wanting to make their grandma happy, especially when it's connected to childhood memories. And the person that raised him is the same person, it's the same goal, but with a completely different emotional impact. And don't think you can go just 1 or 2 layers deep here, because you're just going to scratch surface level wise, transactional, selfish reasons. You have to go 5 layers deep to get to the real emotional core of why anyone is going to do anything. Now, if you really struggle to get 5 layers deep, 4 layers is probably going to get you good. But you may come across the problem, which means that you understand why down to the 5th level, but you don't possess that footage. So in this situation, you just have to find as close as you can possibly get to that explanation with whatever you have. If you can't get the 5th layer, head for the 4th layer. So when you are in the edit suite and you're wondering why the story might feel a bit flat, listen to your subject's goal. That's the starting point. That's the main narrative arc. And then ask why 5 times. Chances are you've probably got the answers to those 5 things scattered throughout your footage. And now you want to get all of that down into the first act. All 5 levels of why should go into the first act so that we have an understanding of not only the mission that we're going to be taken on, the journey that we're going to be taken on as an audience member and the main character that we're going to follow, but also why, and why we should be invested in this person's journey and rooting for them. If this isn't done properly, then the audience won't follow on the journey, they won't care, and they won't care about all of the obstacles that this person faces. They won't be rooting for them. And we need the audience to root for the person. Otherwise, they're not going to watch. Now, if you need help with your storytelling, head to unsplice.com/help to see how I can help you on the next step of your storytelling journey. And if you're just learning about the 5 whys, then you definitely want to learn about the 3-act structure. You can check it out in this episode.